Hi and welcome back to episode 4 of my Kerbal Space game Let's Play. As you can probably tell, I'm doing something a bit different today. I'm recording the voiceover after the video, and you'll see it's going faster than usual. That's because I was really just doing some playing around and orbiting, getting used to orbiting and deorbiting and seeing how much I can get up in the sky and the like. So yeah, here at the moment I'm just messing around with one of my existing rockets, took off the landing gear off that thing, and yeah, just messing around with some science stuff on it, and it launched. Just checking science all over the place. I did find bits of science I could do at various times. Got a bit hot there as we jettison our tanks. This is, I think I said, did I say 4 times normal speed, because there was quite a bit of recording, something, I don't know how much it was, and yeah, it'd take a lot of time, and to be honest, I'm just doing the same thing as I did last video, getting into orbit, trying to balance my orbit there, working out, trying to get a nice circular orbit, tweak, trying to work it out, get myself in position, and I was checking there, firing the rocket, and we get ourselves into a nice, there goes the camera to the orbit. And one thing, I made a mistake there, I guess, and I just realised it then. I've put myself in orbit, but I've also put that fuel tank that's falling away behind us in orbit too, so it's gonna stay there forever, or at least until I do something about it. And yep, we've got a Kerbal doing a bit of EVA. This is the other thing I need to practice, because I found it very difficult. I haven't worked out why, but I couldn't rotate the guy. He wouldn't. I could rotate him sideways, I could move him up and down, but I couldn't make him lie down on his back, so he was having trouble getting to the science experiments. And yep, finding that could do with finer control. I don't know if there's a way of getting finer resolution on the controls, but yeah, one little tiny squirt of the jetpack seems to send you quite a long way in. And now I'm trying to get back on. Very small window of opportunity, and more science coming in, and what else are we doing? Well, yeah, more science, storing, recording. I don't know, I must have done the same one twice there, because I haven't sent it back. It still shows 100. Maybe me just getting confused about it. Trying to set up a burn point to land myself. Kerbal. Oh, that's right. I think as he was flying, he was getting different reports. I was looking for different reports over different landscapes, because there was a highlands one. He stored that. So he's doing quite a bit of science for us as his rocket is, well, not very rapidly, but plummeting to the ground. He's standing out on it, doing science. And oh no, we put it back in orbit for that, did we? Okay, I can't remember. I thought, maybe I didn't do the node. Anyway, doing lots of science. There we go. That was probably me burning the rockets instead of, that's what I was doing wrong. Yes, I was getting confused between my keys and accidentally burning my rockets instead of pushing the time acceleration keys. Very close together on the keyboard, one over the right hand side and one completely on the left. So I can't really see what's going on now in the dark, but it looks like I jettisoned my last rocket as we plummet to Earth. I think I was trying to aim to get near some prior landing point or something, just as target practice, which I completely failed to do. More sights there. Very poor image in the dark. We float to the ground slowly. Try and be careful with the time acceleration that we don't break things. What do we do? See if there's any more sights to be had. And recover that vehicle. Lots of signs there. Quite a bit more signs actually. So here I was going, alright, we got ourselves into orbit. I'll make further change here. I want to add a bit more fuel to the... Is that what I was doing? I think I was trying to add more fuel, just see if I can get some more... where was it? Yes, I was looking for the flight thing to tell me the numbers of how much delta V I would get. So I was trying it with, is that the 200 fuel tank? I added another small one. Didn't make a huge amount of difference. That tiny little tank cost me so much just getting up fuel, getting up, that little tank didn't make enough difference to be worth it. So I tried the second one. Went, give that a go. And I think I can't really read it on my screen at the moment, but I think it was something like 5900 delta V I had there, which my understanding is it takes about 4,500 to get off Coburn if you do it right, which I probably don't. So hopefully it leaves me like 1,000 left. So this is sort of also in preparation to launch stuff, because the next step will be to head out to Munn after we've got our orbiting sort of down pat, which I think by now I'm not great at it, but I should be able to give it a go in a pinch. And yeah, so again turning over, I think again I was a bit late on turnover. This rocket doesn't turn over easily until it gets up pretty high. Balancing out my orbit, all very not overly exciting stuff. So yeah, we balance our orbit out, blah blah blah, do a bit of a burn. We've run out of fuel in that tank, so that one will go back to the ground, which is good. And we just finish our burn till we're in orbit. Well, it doesn't look like it was a very good orbit. I messed that up quite a bit trying to... So, yeah, now I'm trying to fix the orbit because I messed it up. So turn backwards to bring that extra burn out of it. I think I may have first messed it up because I was probably looking for those time keys again and hit the wrong one. You know, the shift key is very similar to the period key on the keyboard, or completely different. So now we seem to have a fairly decent orbit going around. So just trying to angle the ship. Okay, that's what I think I was trying to, just trying to see how perfect I can get it, because I see something floating in the background there. That's probably that fuel tank from the last trip. Or was it the fuel tank from this trip? It's possible it still hasn't gone down. This is why I'm playing it fast, because it's not overly exciting and just a lot of time spent trying to get into orbit. Don't move. Now the dog's barking in the background, but hopefully that's not too loud coming through. There he is again. I don't know if he's going to be quiet. But there's not much else to talk about here anyway, so he can keep barking for a while. And I think this is where I was trying to set up for a return yet. Yep, here I was looking for the return trip. So I wasn't setting a waypoint, I was just trying to burn at the reverse direction when we get where we want to. I know, I was still trying to balance out the orbit, okay? It's really messing around with the orbit. I guess I had lots of fuel to burn and I wasn't going anywhere, so... Oh, this is... okay, that's right. I was trying to mess around with adjusting the angle of my orbit. So here, as you can see, I move it, try to twist it up to a different plane and try and see how I could mess around with it. Obviously it's completely messed up at this point, and I eventually realised that and say, okay, try again. So I was just, yeah. So because I had so much fuel to burn, I thought I'd try some different things I'll have to do. So I was just trying to see how far I could align my orbit up. Get ready for our burn, and up we go. So I think this raised us up about 28 degrees. It's quite a long burn too. So I don't think I realised at this point how much fuel that actually used. Wasn't exactly where it was, but so I thought, alright, I'll try and see if I can incline it a bit again. I think I was sort of seeing if I could incline it from a equatorial to a polar orbit. I'm guessing that I'd probably be better off doing this further away from the planet, because I think the further out I am, the more impact it has. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on this. Something I still have to work out. So anyway, I was trying to do, rather than do the one big change, I thought, alright, I'll try and do it in steps. I did about 30%. I didn't notice my camera flip there, which meant I was back on a re-entry orbit. I'd run out of fuel. Luckily for me, I put myself back on re-entry, not left myself in orbit. Otherwise we'd have a rescue mission on our hands. So now we're just waiting it out to land. Again, it's very dark, which doesn't make for very good video, does it? Nice bright fireworks as we enter the atmosphere. Again, into the dark landing. And open up the chute. Probably checking some sights there as well, just in case. I wasn't really collecting a lot of science, but if there's some available, there was a little bit there, I think. And back to base. Little tiny bit of science. So I decided we needed to change the guard, another Kerbal to fly our craft, just to give some variety in our pilots for, what's this, the third launch. And I don't think I've recorded all the launches. I think I did one or two more, just messing around with stuff. Again, afterwards, nothing exciting to see. Probably trying to work on my EVA skills a little bit more, controlling those Kerbals floating around in space. But yeah, the standard boring. Oh no, this one was heading north. That's right, this was I decided I couldn't adjust my orbit that low down easily, so I was just going to try for a polar orbit off the launch pad. Probably takes a little bit more fuel than the other type, but I've run out of fuel to adjust the other one. So here we go for our second burn to put us actually into orbit. And it looks like I didn't set up a node for this one, I was just running with it manually. And there goes the orbit. Oh, I was looking at the numbers on the was it the flight engineer on the side. That's why I'd fit that computer. I could see the numbers there with the apoaps and periaps. Not a great orbit, looks like a bit over 100 by about 80. So not overly circular, but relatively close to a polar orbit. Just trying to tweak something, I guess. Oh, setting up to make the orbit a bit nicer. There we go. What's this doing? Looks like we're dropping the orbit down to make it much more circular. 80 something kilometers by the look of that. Messing around with our maneuver nodes. Oh, that's, yeah, just trying to make it a lot closer to a 90 degree, so it was a little bit off. I guess you get that due to the rotation of the planet as you launch. Nothing exciting still. Waiting for the burn, waiting for the burn. Obviously it took 4 times longer than what you're watching it at, which is why I sped it up. It's very boring very rapidly unless you're actually doing it, and it's very hard to think of something to say even at 4 times speed. So yeah, I'm looking at my orbit. Just trying to be pedantic with it because, yeah, quite literally that's all I was up there for, to practice these manoeuvres. Get used to them, so hopefully I can do them better. Oh, and again, I think I just burnt instead of time accelerating. I'm going to have to sort that out because that's not the right way to do things. So, going to re-fix my orbit since I just messed it up. A very quick burn. Oh, I wasn't happy with it. Now I'm a bit more happy with it. Zoom, zoom, flick, flick, flick. Sure, I better check the science while I'm here. A little bit of science there. Nothing there. The science capsules aren't coming back with us. I'm jettisoning them, so time for him to get out and collect the data. This one, being a polar orbit, I had the capsule in a better rotation, so it was easier to get things and reattach to the ladder. So I've decided I'm going to re-enter, but I'll aim for the poles because I haven't actually managed to land on the pole. I think the last video I attempted to and missed it. So anyway, we're set up for our breaking into the, use up a bit of this fuel before we, so I'm just watching where I'm coming down, looking for my landing point. Off goes the fuel. While he's out, get out, see if there's any science to do. There's a nice big ice sheet we're aiming for. Still no science. Just checking for over the poles because I haven't got science over the pole. Do some science over the pole. Crew report over the ice caps, I guess. I don't know what the actual message says. There's the very top. The camera flicks around as they go over the North Pole. We re-enter here, and at this point, something a bit crazy happens. I think, oh, why don't I do some EVA here? And he's just fallen straight off his capsule. Looks like the end for our poor little Kerbal. He plummets to the ice cap. And he bounces. He does some science. Collects some surface sample, probably with his face, by the look of that. And he gets up and plants a flag in commemoration of his fall from the sky from 14 kilometres into the ice. I can't remember what that says, but something to the effect of that. And that's all for this video. So next time I'm hopefully going to be trying to get a flight to orbit the Mun. And see you then. Bye bye.